All right, well, welcome. Today we have Deryl Shilling on the Fresno Rotary Video Spotlight. So Deryl, tell us a little bit about what you do for Noble Credit Union.
Well, I am the senior branch manager of actually two different branches right now for Noble Credit Union. I manage the downtown branch, which is incredibly easy right now because the downtown branch is closed for COVID reasons. And I also manage the Ashland branch out just off the 99. Noble Credit Union, we are we're a little bit different of a financial services company, and when I say different, we're a credit union, and so credit unions are the way I like to say it is we're the farmers market of financial services. If you think of like the big banks like Wells Fargo or Chase, kind of as your grocery store, you know, you're going to get just a pretty huge selection, but at a farmers market, you're going to find, you know, the freshest produce, but you're not going to get every little thing to make every little meal. So in terms of Noble, what we offer is a variety of personal finance products, checking accounts, savings accounts, car loans, personal loans, a credit card, all of those things. But we don't get into things like business accounts, and we don't do business lending. So yeah, that's pretty much what I do. I manage a team of, oh shoot, now I got to add up the two teams. 15 at one branch and 12, I believe, at the other. You know, I help manage the teller line and make sure that everybody's taking breaks and lunches and doing transactions effectively and balances at the end of the night. And then I manage a team of people who handle new accounts and loan originations. So that's pretty much what I do.
Yeah, well, thank you. It's very important, the business, the financial industry right now. So thank you. So how did you get started with Fresno Rotary? What brought you in? And
well, so I'm going to go all the way back. As a kid, I was born and raised in the Fresno area, and I've always been involved in the community in various ways. I was really involved with my church, Clovis CV Free, growing up, and really involved through their youth group and such. And so, you know, I was always doing service projects with them. Well, I got into college, young married, and ended up, you know, kind of doing my own thing for a while. But I've always really had a heart for the community, and it really kind of felt right moving from. I worked for one of the large banks and got an opportunity to come over to Noble Credit Union 5 years ago. And when I came over to Noble Credit Union, I was challenged on several different occasions by the CEO here, Susan Ryan, to kind of recapture that passion for being a part of the community and to represent Noble. And she is a very proud member of the Northwest, Northwest Rotary, Northwest Fresno Rotary. And gave me, when I came to the downtown branch, suggested that I join the downtown Rotary. And she was the one that introduced me to Susan Anderson, and Susan ended up sponsoring me, and here I am.
Yeah, and I think Susan got you involved right away with the Kepler elementary school that's right by Cornerstone there, and you've overseen the backpack project, and that has been a great project in helping the teachers with what they needed for school supplies, because a lot of times the students would show up and they wouldn't have the tools that they needed for the day, for the school year, kind of a low income area. So that has been a great project, and our members have stepped up, and thank you for that. And I know Noble was a partner. Fresno County Office of Education stepped in as a partner, and I think now, you know, we're willing to get involved with that again this year, but we're kind of waiting on the schools to see what the students need. And I know that we were talking with Michelle with the Office of Education, and schools right now are in limbo. I mean, how do we do virtual when so many don't have the high-speed internet and what they need? Right. So hopefully we can get that project going here. I know this is usually the time we'd be ramping up to get that going, and our members miss that.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, and you're absolutely right that it has been a huge blessing to me to be a part of the Kepler uh, school project, to the point that recently they had an open position on their board and they asked me to join, which I was thrilled and excited. I mean, this is something that, I don't believe I ever would have had the opportunity to do something like this if it hadn't have been for Rotary. So, Rotary really has been the way to get myself more plugged in the community in various ways. And I'm very thankful for that.
Yeah, people join a lot of times for professional reasons, you get out for lunch and meet people, and then before you know it, you're involved in a project in a community, and this becomes your home and your family, and it just leads to so many great opportunities. So thank
Yeah,
you very much for your service on that. And
of
I know
course.
you've got some interesting things there in your office. Why don't you give us a quick little tour and tell us about?
All right. Well, first I'll start with the logic behind what I did here. As a branch manager, I always say one of the there are two things that people are passionate about to the point that they will be very, very upset if they get messed with, and that's their family or their money. And it's my job to deal with one of those two things. And so, of course, every now and again, somebody is upset with the way that their account has gone. Maybe there's fees, or maybe there was a bounce check, or something has happened. And so, of course, it's my job when they come in to look into the situation. And I usually find that works best if our members who want to talk to the manager are as calm as possible, which, when they're upset, that can be a challenge. So what I did was I designed my office to have a lot of eye-catching things so that, as they sit there waiting for me to pull their account up, they get an opportunity to look around, get distracted. Maybe we can have a side conversation that's a little more friendly and build a little bit of rapport before I try to jump into problem-solving mode. So I put a lot of little things around the office that are designed to catch people's eyes. So first and foremost, I have a old stamp collection. This is from the 60s, 50s. I think there's some from the 40s on here as well. But something that was given to me by my grandparents at a really young age. It's very eye-catching and something that if people notice, they tend to look at. Also, I handmade this, which is basically I took a bunch of coins. I'm a coin collector, and most bankers who've been in the industry for a long time are, because you come across all sorts of interesting things. And so what I did was I found a lot of the coins that I had that were inexpensive but eye-catching, and I encased them in resin. And so it's very, very eye-catching, very prominent right behind my desk. So people tend to look at that and make comments. Old antique typewriter there. This is another thing that I get a lot of comments about. I don't know if you can tell. Let me try and hold it still here. That it's spinning.
Yes.
It is based on the Earth's gravitational fields. So it spins on its own. There's no motor. There's no. It's magnetic, so it spins, and people always look at it. The base of it is designed to show off the fact that it's not like motorized sitting on a pedestal. It's just kind of propped up there in a way that you can tell, oh, it's spinning on its own. So just a few of the little things. I've got, others, but I don't want to take up too much time.
Yeah, great. That's great. Yeah, and coins are so valuable right now too that I hear that everybody wants. You don't do cash because they don't have enough change to give out. So
yes, and for the love of God, anybody who has a coin jar at home, roll that coin and bring it into your local financial institution because we're running out.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Well, thank you so much for your time today. It was good to see you, and we'll hope to see you at our Monday Zoom meetings. And thank you so much for your support for our community. So.
Of course, and can I throw one last caveat in there? If anybody out there is looking for an opportunity to offer financial services or things like credit counseling or things like how to budget for your employees, the way Noble Credit Union gets new members is we have business partnerships with local companies. We started as Fresno County Federal Credit Union, supporting people who work for the county, and now we can support with any company as long as it's local. And so if anyone out there wants to offer those services to their employees, please reach out to me, and I would be more than happy to get you in contact with our people to get that process started. And it's absolutely free. All we need is a letter of intent. We run it past our board and get it approved, and that's pretty much it.
So if a business has employees and they want to go through training for specific items like how to deal with your finances, how to manage.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. And if they want to, it would also make them eligible to open accounts with us, to get loans with us. And if their business does not offer that partnership, then they're not eligible to join. So it's something that's very valuable to offer to your employees.
Absolutely. Yeah. Great. Well, that's a wonderful tool. So thank you. And I'm sure you're doing those virtually now too.
Oh, yes.
Classes.
Oh, yes.
So yeah. So it's an opportunity off-site, and then they can, focus on what they need to do to stay stable at this time.
Absolutely.
So, thank you. All right. Well, it was great to
Thank
get
you.
to know you a little bit better. Thanks, Daryl.
Awesome. Have a good one.
Day.
Bye.